What's up, people? Jay here. Just decided to make this video right here and right now while Monday Night Raw is still on air because of the fuckery that I just saw on the show. I couldn't even wait until PWF Empire Live tomorrow. I had to make the video here because these thoughts are so fresh in my mind. The person that I want to talk about right now is Seth Rollins. As we all know, Seth Rollins came back at WWE's last pay-per-view, Extreme Rules, made a triumphant return. Then the very next night on Monday Night Raw, he re-established himself as a heel in WWE. I was a little apprehensive about that at first because I hated Seth Rollins' character in 2015. It was the drizzling shits. 2015 goes on record as, for me, a WWE fan since 1999, the worst year on record. A lot of that had to do with the fact that Seth Rollins' character was so terrible. And you never want to wish an injury on someone, and I'm not saying that I wished an injury on Seth Rollins at all. It's just I understood the position that he was in. Him being injured meant that he had to take time off. And I was looking forward to the fact that Seth Rollins was going to be away for a while because when he came back, he was going to be refreshed. He was going to be recharged, and he was going to come back as a different man and ready to chart a different course in WWE. But I just watched Monday Night Raw, and the fuckery that I saw on Monday Night Raw, this segment with him and Roman Reigns, or Seth Rollins, he's running down to the ring and he's backing up. He's running down to the ring trying to make everybody think that he's going to attack Roman Reigns. I absolutely hated every single morsel of that segment. And the reason being is because I sit there and I listen to JBL, and he's talking about how Seth Rollins is a master of the mind games, and how Seth Rollins, he's playing on a different level and he's so intelligent. And I'm wondering, how the hell do you even believe that you're in a position to act that way? What I like to do with WWE is go beyond the shallow parts of it. And what I'm talking about is like, a lot of people like to focus specifically on what happens in the ring with the moves and the performances in that way. That's great. If you do that, more power to you. I'm not trying to denigrate your thoughts or anything like that. But one of the reasons why I was attracted to wrestling in the first place is because of the storytelling element that comes into play with professional wrestling. These characters and the way that these characters develop and the way that these characters exist in this fictional universe that is WWE. And I try to get into the minds of those characters and see what their motivations are. And then when I get into the mind of Seth Rollins, I'm wondering, how is he behaving in this way? Because it doesn't seem genuine to me. It doesn't seem real, and it comes off as straight up bullshit. And here's the situation. Seth Rollins had to abdicate his throne. Seth Rollins had to give away the WWE World Heavyweight Championship because he got injured before he could defend that title at Survivor Series. In the mind of the character Seth Rollins, he had to know going into this match, I'm going to kick Roman Reigns' ass. I am going to go in there, put my title on the line. I'm going to successfully defend my title, and I'm going to walk away and still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The thing is, you have the person that in your mind you knew you were going to defeat. You knew you were going to defeat Roman Reigns, but now that person that you knew you were going to defeat is walking around with your fucking title. He's walking around with your title. You had to sit on the sidelines for month after month after month and watch this guy make his ascent to the top of WWE. You had to sit on the sidelines while this guy claimed your throne as his own. You had to sit on the sidelines while you watch this guy parade around with the title that you never lost. He's standing in your ring, sitting on your throne with your damn title, smiling and waving the championship around to the crowd. And somehow, some way, you're in a position where you're the arrogant one. You're in a position where you're the one that's smiling. You're in a position where you're the one that's playing mind games with Roman Reigns. I don't understand how any of that is genuine, because I would like to believe that a person in Seth Rollins' position, seeing the guy that you knew you could beat, walking around with your title when he didn't beat you, wouldn't that piss you off? Wouldn't that get you to a point where you were looking for vengeance? Wouldn't that enrage you? But you're laughing and you're smiling and you're chuckling with this shit-eating grin on your face. It didn't make any sense to me at all, and it really puts me into a situation where I'm back in 2015 now, because I was thinking that last week, showing that breaking the chain between Seth Rollins and the Authority, that meant that, okay, they're going to start charting a new course for Seth Rollins. They're not going to go back to the character that we knew in 2015. They were going to start things anew. But what I got on Monday Night Raw, that was the same chicken shit heel. That was the same guy who runs away from confrontation and things like that. Like, I want to see a new Seth Rollins. I'm not even necessarily saying that he has to be a face for him to be new, but realize the situation that that character is in and live and breathe life into that. Make him come back with a fury to the point where he goes out there and he tells Roman Reigns every single bit of rage and frustration I felt over these past few months. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to beat it out of you. I'm going to make sure that you feel everything that I felt. Because you're walking around as an imposter. You're a usurper. You took my fucking throne when it's not yours. It's still mine. I never lost. Like, why aren't we seeing that rage out of Seth Rollins? We saw it at Extreme Rules, but they did a complete 180 and they made it more about him forcing him into this archetype of what we know a heel to be. You go out there and you bash the crowd. You go out there and you're being a chicken shit heel and things like that. And it just doesn't seem genuine to me. It doesn't seem authentic. One of the big reasons why that feud between Roman Reigns and AJ Styles succeeded is because it felt like they were real people with gripes. It felt like they were real people going out there and, fighting for something. Seth Rollins, he went right back to this heel bullshit that I just don't like at all. And I keep saying it doesn't seem real. I don't understand how you can go out there and think you're in a position to be a mastermind when you don't have any leverage against Roman Reigns. You don't have the upper hand. Roman Reigns has the upper hand. Roman Reigns has the upper foot, the upper leg, the upper arm. Roman Reigns has the upper fucking everything. You have nothing. But you still stand there with a shit-eating grin. And I don't see who this benefits at all. It doesn't benefit Seth Rollins. Damn sure doesn't benefit Roman Reigns, because when you put Roman Reigns' opponent in a position where they're the archetype heel, that automatically forces Roman Reigns into a corner where there's only so much that he can do to respond to that archetype heel. Therefore, his character and his potential is limited. So for all of the folks out there who are saying that they're doing this for Roman Reigns' benefit, I don't see how. I would hope that the creative team is intelligent enough to know that that's not going to work. The shit is not going to work at all. It's not working for Seth Rollins, and it's not going to work for Roman Reigns either. So I don't know what to make of. Well, I do know what to make of it. I'm not liking what I'm seeing currently, and I'll talk more about it with the guys on PWF Empire Live tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in to that. And yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. A little bit of a rant. I think I'm cool now. Back to watching Monday Night Raw. Catch you later. Peace.